Here's Heidi Andro.
Cruz, congratulations on another victory. This crowd went wild. I know that, oh, there we go. What do you want to say to these fans here tonight, Isa?
Lo prometido es deuda. Creo que le vine a cumplir a la gente de Los Ángeles y por eso exigimos la revancha contra Gervonta Davis.
We want the rematch with Gervonta Davis. These fans have been great, and that's why, they came out, and what I promised is a debt already, and we did it tonight.
Gervonta shakes his head. I wish we could bring him into the ring.
Did you hurt your left hand in the 9th or 10th round? And still the undefeated WBA lightweight champion of the world.
I hurt my left hand in probably like the 6th round.
Does this deserve a rematch?
Hell no. Hell no. But I appreciate him taking the opportunity to bring out. I thank everybody that came out tonight.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz has long wanted to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in a rematch. The two first fought in December 2021 in a close fight where Tank ended up victorious, winning the fight via unanimous decision. Since that defeat to Tank, Cruz has been looking for revenge, and talks of a rematch between these two amazing boxers has been tossed around. However, Tank isn't very keen on this fight taking place and has dodged questions regarding a rematch on multiple occasions.
If we fight again, I'll knock him out.
You said no, but now are you interested in actually running it back with him? Now that we're talking about this?
I mean, some people feel like they think he won, so if the fans want it, then nah, okay, but see if the fans want it, but I mean, whoever best out there with the best opportunity, I ain't turning down nothing. It's never been a time where somebody, well, my promoters, Leonard or Floyd came to me and said, we want you to fight such and such, and I was like, no, that's not a good idea. Or I'll, I fight whoever they put in front of me, So it is what it is. I feel as though that the time will tell. Time will tell for sure.
Cruz also seems frustrated that Tank has been avoiding his call-outs for a rematch. He voiced his frustrations during an interview.
Right now, what are your thoughts on him not wanting a rematch?
Bueno, la pregunta para Isaac es, ¿qué opinan de cuando Gervonta Davis dijo no, ni loco, cuando le preguntaron sobre la revancha? ¿Qué te generó eso?
Algo inexplicable. ¿Por qué? De un peleador que no lo conocían, lo conocieron de la mejor manera y contra un gran oponente de los mejores 135, se negó a darnos la revancha.
That I can't explain it. It's crazy. How did it go from someone that he didn't know at 135 to someone that he wants to avoid at all costs for a rematch? It's absolutely astounding. Sean?
After Tank's latest victory over Frank Martin, fans and experts are longing for a high-profile fight. The boxing world wants to see Tank fight the best and prove to everyone that he indeed is a pound-for-pound boxing star. Plenty of names have been suggested for Tank's next fight, including current WBC champion Shakur Stevenson and IBF lightweight champion Vasily Lomachenko. Both these fighters are great for Tank's next fight, considering the Baltimore boxing champion has the opportunity to win another belt at lightweight. However, a rematch with Cruz at 140 pounds would significantly boost Tank's career and open the door for more great fights at junior welterweight. Tank also seems open to this fight. During an interview after his victory over Frank Martin, Tank had this to say about a rematch with Cruz.
Yeah, he looked as sharp as last fight. He did what he had to do. We definitely can get a rematch for sure. Hopefully sooner than later.
We don't know whether we'll get to see a Tank versus Pitbull Cruz rematch anytime soon. You're probably familiar that Tank and his team are negotiating for a fight with lightweight IBF champion Vasily Lomachenko. Tank is looking to grab all the belts at lightweight now that he's made a winning comeback by comfortably defeating Frank Martin. During the post-fight press conference, Tank had this to say about fighting the Ukrainian boxer.
So many great fighters that you can take on next, including maybe Lomachenko. Interested in that fight? November,
For sure.
we talked about?
Yeah, for sure. As long as we go back to the drawing board, and I wanted to fight all of them.
Thank you so much. Congrats.
I want to fight all of them, was Tank's confident reply to possible high-profile fights. He does seem confident about taking on big names and earning more fans and accolades. Vasily Lomachenko was also asked about a potential fight with Tank after he knocked out George Kambosos Jr. in Australia last month. Have a look.
Tank Davis has called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis
Tank Davis called
out Loma on social media.
Oh, he called Loma on social media? Well,
that's easy to do, right? Social media, I can call out Mike Tyson.
the question would be asking a pregnant woman who just gave a birth, would you like to have another child?
Yeah, right.
Remember when Lomachenko called Tank Davis a Twitter king?
I think Gervonta Davis, he's best of the best fighter in Twitter.
Now, it seems like Davis has grown and wants to fight Loma.
Your prediction for you and Loma?
Predictions? You know what I say, man? Ass whooping time, man. Ass whooping. About the ass.
Will this fight happen? And who will come out as the victor?
With both fighters earning massive but important knockout victories, the boxing world is eager to see this fight happen first. And it looks like this is indeed happening. TalkSport's Michael Benson recently confirmed that talks for the fight have commenced, and a fight is in the works for November 2024. Loma's promoter, Bob Arum, is excited to make the fight, saying, "I'm optimistic. The PBC guys are professionals. My team are professionals, and they'll work it out." Fans also expressed their excitement about the fight's announcement, with one fan writing, "This is a huge fight." Another said, "Come on, Loma, one last time to the well." Others criticized Tank for deciding to fight Lomachenko after so many years of ducking the Ukrainian. One user said, "Tank finally agrees to fight when Loma is old. Loma still wins, though." Another user commented, "Took him 6 years to get out of that Mayweather protection program. Now that Loma is 36, of course Tank is now ready." Defending Tank, one fan commented, "Tank is going to fight everybody y'all said he wouldn't, and y'all will have an excuse for each fight that's made LOL." Another said, "So you're saying it was better for them to fight when Tank was still a younger, inexperienced fighter and Loma in his 30s? Lomau." Lomachenko's promoter, Bob Arum, is also confident about this fight being made. He confirmed that both fighters are open to the fight and requested to begin negotiations. He mentioned that there could be some delay due to outside factors, such as choosing networks and finalizing other matters, but expressed confidence that this fight is close to happening.
The Gervonta did his part in beating Frank Martin. Lomachenko did his part by beating Kambosos. The likelihood of this fight being made, the negotiations, is it legitimate? Is it going forward?
Well, we know that both fighters want to fight. So when that happens, then the suits sit down and try to work out the economic terms and put it together. And I'm optimistic that they'll do that and that the fight will happen. But until it's signed, you don't know.
You know, I know networks, you got ESPN obligations, Amazon. Does this one of those fights like Wilder Fury that have to be kind of co-promoted?
Don't worry, the networks are cooperative. They, you can't blame the networks if the fight isn't made. It's just people who are involved with the fighters who are not being realistic, but I don't think that's to be the case. I think that the negotiations will go very well between the sides.
When originally, back in the day, when Tank and Lomachenko was being talked about, Floyd went in and said that he wanted to make the fight back then. Do you feel like at this moment of time it's the best time? Because some fight fans are conflicted on, performances, age, things like that. Or do you feel like this is the highest market value for both?
Well, I don't know if it's highest or not, but it's this is the time that it can be made, and they're both coming off big victories, so it's all good. At a particular other time, would the fight have meant more? I don't know, maybe, but you can't look back at that. I mean, we're at this time now in the career of both guys, and it's a very interesting, intriguing fight.
Arum also talked about what happens to Tank's other possible contender, Shakur Stevenson, if he doesn't get to fight Tank next.
Is it safe to maybe say that because Lomachenko and Tank is being talked about being made, that maybe Shakur maybe going somewhere else, or maybe entering the free agency, just because those are two fights he clearly wanted?
Well, Shakur is a tremendous fighter. He has a tough fight coming up July 6th, but certainly if the Tank Lomachenko fight is made, Shakur will take another fight at about that time and be available to fight the winner. You know, Shakur is a tremendous talent, and whoever wins the Lomachenko-Tank fight, I'm sure would like to fight Shakur after that.
So, Shakur Stevenson will take on another fight and will have the opportunity to fight the winner of Tank versus Lomachenko, provided he wins his fight. This makes it even more interesting as Tank has potentially two massive fights back-to-back. But speaking of the Tank versus Lomachenko fight, many in the boxing world shared their reactions. Let's have a look. Tim Bradley recently analyzed Tank's boxing skills by reviewing his fight against Frank Martin.
Martin, always dropping, he'll change levels, he'll drop down low. Almost like that wrestler, he gets in that wrestler stance, he's used to that. He was an all-state wrestler, if you didn't know that. Boy is a phenomenal athlete. And then when he does it, he puts his lead hand up really high, kind of like blinds his peripheral. And I figured it was a perfect opportunity. It would be a perfect time if he drops down and he does this. You know, I figured I was like, Tank's gonna see it. And most people didn't see it, but I think it was like the second round, Tank, second or third round, I'm not sure. Watch Tank throw the uppercut because he knew his.
He also talked about how Tank makes sharp observations and how he probably knows everything about Lomachenko even before they've decided to fight.
Tennessee. Tank is smarter than a lot of people give him credit for, man. That motherfucker's smart. And he watches everything. Like, you don't think he's watching? He's watching your videos, he's watching before you. You don't think he's watching Lomachenko? He's been watching Lomachenko for years. For years. And he feels he knows how to beat him. Trust me. So he knew the tendency. He shot it up there, the uppercut. He missed. But I was like, that's gonna land later. That's gonna land later, because then you start getting tired, you start breaking down, you start making mistakes. And then he set him up, got him on the ropes, and he dropped. Go back and watch the film, he dropped. You're gonna see that hand go up like this, and you're gonna see that uppercut come right up the middle, then right after that you see the left hand. But it's just tendencies, man. Every fighter has tendencies, man, and if you can catch them, if you can see them, you can make them pay for the mistake.
Bradley went on to predict the fight, stating that it is a good fight with both fighters having a 50-50 chance of winning. Bradley thinks this is going to be a challenging fight for Tank, with Lomachenko looking to exploit Tank's movement. He also stated that Lomachenko shouldn't be underestimated because he's long wanted to fight Tank and he probably knows a lot about Tank's skills and abilities and will come prepared for the fight.
All right, Tank and Loma, Tank and Loma.
Tough fight. I think it's 50-50. I don't think it's a 60-40. I think it's 50-50. And the reason behind it is if you don't notice, Tank always, he's a counter puncher, so he's always looking, he's reactive. You know, he's always looking to counter. He reacts to feints a lot, man. He does. He reacts to feints. And Loma, to me, is one of the best guys at feinting, man. Getting his opponents out of position. So I think that's going to be challenging. I think it's going to pose a challenge for Tank as far as his rhythm goes, as far as his timing, because he's going to have a guy that's constantly in front of him, moving up and down, you know what I mean? Really being very deceptive inside the ring and making him guess and unsure when he's going to actually attack. So Tank can counter. So I think that's going to throw Tank off a little bit. So I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging because Loma knows how to change his rhythm, knows how to change the distance as well. And we good. We good. Yeah, we good. We good. Yeah, I got 6 o'clock, so I'm good. Appreciate you. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. So I just think it's going to be more challenging. I think that Loma's the most cerebral guy that Tank's been in the ring with. I think he's the most athletic guy he's been in the ring with. He's A-level, even at 36, bro. He's an A-level guy. He's been in there with everybody, man. And he's been able to defuse everybody's bomb that's got in the ring with him. I mean, you go back and watch the Axeman, and I know that was a younger Loma, but you go watch Teo. I know that was a younger Loma, but Teo got power too, man. And he was able to avoid it and able to get his stuff off on the back end, and he fought him with a hurt shoulder too, you know, torn labrum, you know. Teo won the fight, great, fantastic. Go back and watch him fight against Devin. You know, Devin don't have the power that Gervonta has, but Devin's a good boxer, man. He's a really good boxer, and he had the reach advantage, like a 7-inch reach advantage, bro. So, you know, so Loma's smart, man. Trust me. You don't think Loma's been watching Tank for a very long time? He's been wanting to fight him even years ago. He wanted to fight him, you know. Is the age a factor in this? Could be, yeah. You know, could Loma be battle worn? Yeah, man. For an amateur fights, yeah, no doubt about it. But I think he's smart, man, and I think he can make waves in the fight, man. I don't think it's just a foregone conclusion that Tank is just going to catch him and knock him out, man. I think it's going to be challenging for Tank, man. And if he does catch him, yeah, it is what it is. He caught him, you know. But I feel Tank's going to need to catch him and hurt him in order to cement a victory.
Bradley doesn't think Lomachenko's age will restrict him against Tank, and instead suggested that his experience will play a massive role in this fight. Bradley also talked about the possibility of a knockout victory for Tank, explaining how Tank can exploit Lomachenko's weaknesses. He also compared Tank to the best fighters in the world, implying that Tank is a powerful puncher and can finish any fight with one powerful jab.
Tank can win this fight, and he can knock him out, and there's certain ways he can do it. I think he got to get Loma on his back foot, man. He got to keep him resetting. You know, he gets him on his back foot when he's out of position. You know, he attacked that body. Loma has that high guard too. He uses it as well. Short arms, a lot of body exposure for Tank to be able to take advantage of, man, and hit him hard and hurt him down to the body. Loma sometimes, you know, he'll misjudge, he'll miss time, and he'll come in from too far away, and Tank will be able to time him. The shot that I see Tank hurting him with is an uppercut too. Uppercut, man. I've always felt that was a shot that you can land on Loma. If he lands it, it's night-night. You know, Tank is he's that strong, bro. He's that gifted. And then, I mean, I sit back and I know how people talk and they say, oh, he ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody on level Loma. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And we're going to see what he can do if the fight gets made, you know. But those physical gifts that Tank have, man, like, few people get that, man. Greatest fighters in the world, that's what they have, bro. They got speed, power, that quickness, that IQ, bro. They have that, bro. Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, all those guys, man, they all had speed, power, Mike Tyson, you know, like you look at the greatest fighters, man, of all time, bro, like they all had those special traits, man, that Tank possesses. So whether you have them number one, wherever you want to put him or whatever, based upon his resume and so on and so forth, I don't give a damn. I'm just letting y'all know the dude is the real deal. He can fight, man. He can really fight. I don't care what anybody say. And if he lands one on you, that's all he needs is one. Because he hits that hard. He's that special, bro. Like, it's lights out. So, you know, it's tough for anybody to beat him. It's going to be tough for anybody.
Boxing trainer Robert Garcia also shared his thoughts on Tank's latest victory and stated that he's unbeatable at this point. He also made an interesting observation about Tank, suggesting that he's hungry and wants to win it all. He also had a warning for Lomachenko. Have a look.
About Gervonta's performance against Frank Martin.
He was great, man. He's an unbelievable guy, man. I think Tank at this point he's unbeatable at the lightweight division against any of the world champions. I think he's the top guy right now at that division. He had a great performance. You know, he has his timing, his power, accuracy. Everything's great, man. He's the perfect fighter right now.
You think Lomachenko has a competitive chance against that version of Tank?
I think 5-6 years ago it would have been a different story. I would have picked Lomachenko. but because Tank would have been a lot younger too. But now at this point, just the power, the hunger that Tank has, I think.
Tank's former sparring partner Andres Cortez also shared his predictions for Lomachenko versus Tank and stated that he doesn't see Lomachenko winning this fight. He feels that Tank will knock out Loma into retirement. He agreed that Tank is unbeatable at this point, and he defeats everyone at 135 pounds, including Shakur Stevenson. He also...
They're talking about Loma fighting Tank. Do you feel that, from your experience with Tank, does Tank run over Lomachenko? Is it competitive? Is it similar like the Frank Martin fight?
My honest opinion, Tank knocks him out, and I think that could be the last time we see Loma. I just think that it's a really tough matchup for Loma. I could be wrong, you know, but yeah, I don't really see anyone at 135 beating Tank.
Not even Shakur. No. Why is that? Have you sparred Shakur? I know you sparred Devin, right?
Yeah, I haven't. My thing is just I think I don't know, just his experience. One, his power, his IQ. I think it's advanced for you know, his age and whatnot, but I don't know. I just think that he has a lot. Maybe if he moves up, then the fights will get tougher. But as of 135, I don't see it.
Boxing enthusiast Okoye also analyzed Tank versus Lomachenko and had an interesting opinion. He predicted Tank edging past Lomachenko in the 9th or 10th round. He doesn't think a knockout is a high possibility, but mentioned that Tank could win via decision.
Yeah. That October, November, they will face off.
Good fight.
This is a fight that we wanted to see for like the last 7-8 years.
It's a great fight, and it's perfect timing for it. I know everybody says it's a little late, but you know, a good conclusion is a good conclusion whenever you get there, man. So I feel like just seeing those guys fight is going to bring a lot to the sport. It's going to be a big fight regardless. And Lomachenko, to me, hasn't lost anything. He hasn't lost enough for me to say he's not Lomachenko anymore. You know, you have certain guys where you kind of know, like later in their career, like when Pernell went against Trinidad, like Pernell wasn't Pernell anymore. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But there's enough of Lomachenko there for you to say this is still a live wire fight and with high implications, man. So I can't wait to see it, and I hope it's real. You know, I hope it's real. I think that, to me, I still feel that Gervonta has the edge because he will hit you eventually. You know, and when he does, I don't see anybody taking that left hand. I don't know if he got metal in it or what, but if he hits you with that left, he's going to hurt you. And there's no angle advantage for Lomachenko against another southpaw. So this should be a high-stakes chess match early, and then when either fighter takes off, meaning takes off around and starts to kind of lull a little bit, you'll see them exert their dominance and make the best man win. But my edge goes to Gervonta when it comes to power. I think the boxing IQ and boxing ability, obviously Lomachenko's there, but he's not so much better a boxer than Davis is, where he's just a wash and Davis only has a puncher's chance. But when it comes to punching power, Davis is, you know, night and day different. So I feel like the edge is with him because he can box good enough to stay with the Lomachenko, but I don't think Lomachenko has the power to be able to exchange with a Davis. So he has the edge, but that doesn't mean he wins. I think Lomachenko's a very smart, cagey fighter. Maybe he, you know, does some things early, like Frank Martin did, to kind of get up on points and then coasts. You never know, because he's not going to get tired of moving around, taking angles, and getting away from you. So he could very well win this fight if he goes in there with the mindset of just get the win and don't try to hurt this guy. Right? If he tries to hurt him, he tries to exchange, it's going to be a short night.
Give me a round.
If Lomachenko is exchanging with Davis, I still think it goes 9-10, somewhere in there.
In a competitive
9-10. Unless somebody gets hurt for whatever reason early, I think it's a fight that goes to the 9th or 10th round if it ends by knockout. Otherwise, it's a decision all the way.
Some interesting opinions on the November fight between Tank and Lomachenko. But who do you have winning this fight? Also, would you be interested in seeing a Tank versus Isaac Cruz fight? Let us know in the comments. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.